I told you we'd be back. This is Heidi Ellsworth, and we are live from the Roofing Contractors Association of Washington, the Great Pacific Northwest show here in Marysville, Washington. And I tell you, it's so fun. I love this association and the people who are involved. And so I am here with Metal Specialties with Haley and Jerry Island. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fun to see you again.
Fun to see you. Okay, if you guys could introduce yourselves. I'm going to start with you, Haley. If you could introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about your business.
Sure. So I'm Haley, and I'm the Vice President of Metal Roof Specialties. And what we do, we're a distributor of all metal products for roofing, for siding, for fencing, for interiors. And we work with everybody. We work with the do-it-yourself customers, and we help figure out what to do and how to do it. We work with contractors, small and big, and provide them the materials they need for their customers as well. So
and
we love what we do.
You go to a lot of, you're not just in Washington.
We can sell outside of Washington as well. We sell a lot along the West Coast, California, Alaska, big in both of those states, Idaho, some, Montana. You know, we are limited probably to the more West Coast, but we can sell everywhere. We have a background of contracting, so we have a lot of knowledge in that installation that we can share with other people.
And don't forget Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon too.
You can never forget Oregon.
There's just a lot in Oregon, so we don't get to do as much there, but we do like it. We love our Oregon folks.
Yeah. Okay, Jerry, can you introduce yourself?
So Jerry Island, I'm president of Metal Roof Specialties. I actually started the company in 1992 after being in the industry for about 16 years working for a major manufacturer. Decided to do my own thing. My kids, they were young, that was Haley back in those days, and I wanted to spend more time with them, so I did. And we started actually as a contractor in 92. We stopped doing that in 2013. Primarily because we were always involved in distribution of products as well as contracting. It was kind of a unique company. The majority of our business was contracting, but over the years it started moving more to supply. And then when things were getting more challenging with staffing and the economy, we decided to drop contracting altogether and became a distributor. So I've been involved in the industry nationwide for many years as a trainer, working with MetalCon and things like that. So I've got to know really all the major people, all the major players, the manufacturers. So we are now distributors for them. So we don't just work with one product line. We work with all different types of products, metal related only. Yeah. And are just a distributor for that. So our customers are contractors, commercial entities, do-it-yourselfers. We do a lot of that as well. So really fun business.
I tell you what, I met you through Lori and Matt Swanson, right?
1 year ago.
Yes, 1 year ago. Can you believe it? We met for the first time. And you have been so great at really joining us with our new Metal Coffee Shop. And I'm just thrilled to have both of you as influencers. We launched it last summer, and such great content has come from all of you to make the site really start growing. So what are you seeing, Jerry, in metal? I mean, everybody, that's all we talk about is how fast it's growing.
Right, well, it is growing rapidly. In fact, the Metal Roofing Alliance just posted 7% market share in residential roofing, which that may not sound big to you, but when Metal Roofing Alliance started, the metal market in residential was about 3%. Right. So if you do that in multiplications, it's pretty big.
Yeah, because it's at 17 now.
17.
Yeah, 17,
So if you have a market share of 50, growing it by 10% isn't going to have that much difference. In our case, this market is growing in multiples. So it is clearly a product line that is being recognized by not only consumers but commercial entities as a great product. It's really friendly for our environment. Yeah. Everything about metal is good. We love being in it. It's been great for us, and we're watching the growth.
And you're seeing your business, everybody keeps talking about the economy, but things seem to be really busy, right?
Yeah, for us, we're staying fairly busy. I think it's the diversity that we have with how we work, and we do help a lot of do-it-yourselfers when maybe they're not able to afford the contractor at that time. Yeah. Then we can help them do their own projects or smaller projects that the contractors don't want to do also. Right. So we can help them with a lot of those as well. Yeah. So we stay fairly busy through this, which has been fantastic.
It's great. We're seeing that across the board. Roofing contractors are busy. And so this morning, but we always want to be on top of that next marketing thing. So this morning, you guys, thank you so much, came to our marketing panel, and with Michelle and Megan and Sarah. It was so fun to have you guys in the front row, and what a great crowd in that room.
That was, I told Tim when we came out, that was one of the best seminars I have ever been to. I could have sat for 2 more hours in that. We learned so much. I was madly writing notes. I have 4 pages. And what I'm ever going to be able to do with them, I don't know. But if I develop 10% of them, it will be good for us. It was fantastic, especially for my age group who's not really keyed into this social media thing, and it is so big.
Yeah.
And it's so important for all of us to really get our hands around it.
It was really, I thought, well, just like you get to work with Haley and family business, I have Megan Ellsworth, who is our podcast multimedia producer, and she was on the panel. I was kind of surprised at how much interest there was in podcasts.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest thing for me to hear a little bit more about too. I mean, I'm fairly savvy with a lot of the stuff going on. Even if we don't do it all, I know about a lot. But the podcast thing, especially from the perspective of like, you know, we don't necessarily need to start a podcast,
right?
But to participate with them as speakers or as advertising and sponsoring and things like that as ways to get involved just made so much sense. That was kind of a real light bulb in thinking of it that way.
Yeah, I thought, well, and speaking of podcasts, we have our new Metalcast, which is actually a video podcast. So it's going to be on YouTube, and it's also on all the podcast channels. And so I would like to have both of you join us for a podcast, okay?
Awesome.
So we'll do Metalcast with you, and then you can put that on your site, and there you go. Something from the class.
Thanks.
It's right there. Yeah.
Enjoy that very much.
So, and you've been walking the show floor?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what did you see of interest?
So one thing I found interesting is oftentimes trade shows are very specific to products. This one has got a great diversity. It's not only products, but it's insurance companies, it's other social media providers.
Yeah.
It's got a really more diverse group of vendors than I am used to seeing. And I think that's helpful.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things are the things that these contractors maybe don't know about. I mean, they go to a trade show with all the products they already know about. It's like, okay, this is giving them a lot more providers that I think will help their business.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed about that.
I think that's the beauty of a state show, a state association and trade show, is that you get all those local businesses where you can actually do something and get what you need. What did you like the most on the show floor so far?
Well, I didn't get a chance to engage with them yet, but I saw something that I thought was really cool that was about recycling the waste from projects. And I think that's just a really big deal right now. I mean, we're already big about it because metal's been sustainable and recyclable, and so that's always been something that mattered to us.
Right.
But they're very much like focused on, you know, the planet, and they're thinking about how to be efficient and how they take the waste from project sites and roofing projects so that it's, I'm assuming, because I didn't get to talk to them, but so it's not just going into the landfill, which we clearly can't keep doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big deal, and what I think a lot of consumers are going to start caring about more. So it aligns again with a lot of what we already believe with the industry we're in. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, always happy to see National Women in Roofing at something, because there's more and more women. You know, there's women here, so that's cool
it's
too.
Really cool. Well, and you know, speaking of women, I went to the same thing, and I'm sorry, the recycling company, I can't remember the name.
I can't either.
BDG, I think it is. But Gwen, who is a longtime friend of mine, who used to work in distribution, now works with the recycling company. So you need to go talk to Gwen.
Okay.
And we're going to get her out here and have a little interview about that, because me too, I was like, ooh, this is cool. This is good stuff.
I think people care about that. Yeah.
And how many times do you talk to contractors and they say, well, I'd love to recycle, but I don't know how, right? I don't know where to take it. Well, that's what you get at these kind of state shows or local shows. You find out exactly how to do it. So thank you both for being here today.
Always being fun.
So cool. I love it. Thank you
Take care,
so
Heidi.
much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're going to be coming back. We have a lot more people coming out here. Like I said, we're going to go grab Gwen. We've got Polyglass here. We've got a number of folks that we're going to be interviewing. So don't miss a thing. There's so much great stuff happening at the Pacific Northwest show. Be sure, set your notifications and ring the bell so you don't miss a single episode. We'll see you soon.